And so I've chosen to record a video. If anybody I know is watching this, all I want to say is that I deeply apologize. Everything I've done up till now has only come back to bite me, and it bit me hard. It's just chewing and it's eating away at me, and no matter what I do, I constantly feel like it's not enough. I cannot ask anybody enough for forgiveness, and I definitely cannot see myself as being redeemed as a human being. As I record this message, I will be uploading this to my 2 YouTube channels. So if you guys are seeing this on either or, I just want to say that I apologize. I made so many videos trying to expose someone I had no idea about, when all that should have been done was not say anything about me. I'm recording this for my future self to know that whenever he comes back to look at this, I hope he's not haunted, but I hope he actually finds a way to move on and he finds closure between the people that he has hurt in the past. I want him to feel safe and feel secure knowing that the people that he once called his friends still see him the same way. And hopefully that they remain friends, because the last thing I want to do is lose anybody. I was never good with relationships. No matter what relationship I was in, no matter what, I always felt like instead of being loyal, I messed up. I messed up horribly, and I almost ruined my own reputation. Not just that, and it's not even about my reputation. It's about the person I hurt. Her name was Janet. For short, I called her Jenny, and she was one of my roleplay partners. Back then, we somehow got along. I was always happy to see her, just as she was happy to see me. I wanted to be there for her regardless of the distance, and I took it for granted. Because one day I catfished somebody. I did that. I regret it. It was the worst thing I could have ever done. I thought I could have left it in the past, but now that I'm talking about this, I really, really, really do not feel safe anymore not talking about this. I have to get this off my chest because for the fact that I have committed such a great sin, I don't even deserve to be alive. The fact that I did such a thing, I feel so utterly disgusted. And if Janet is watching this, I want you to know that no matter what happened between us, I want it all to I don't want it just to be for nothing. I want you and I to not only move on, but to also find closure within our lives, and all I wish that you are happy wherever you are and whatever you are doing. It is my fault that I almost made her do almost the unthinkable. I should not have done what I have done. Breaking up with her was not the solution just because she wasn't telling me anything that was wrong, and she was all in her right to not tell me anything. It's okay if she wanted to keep it private, but it was my fault that I basically almost ruined both of our lives. Janet was a special person to me, and it almost makes me mad that I basically almost ruined that for the both of us. I almost ruined our happiness together. Please forgive me for what I've done. Please forgive me for coming out and saying this. If I don't get this off my chest, I'm never going to grow and become the man I want to be. I want to move past everything I have done, and as well as I want to grow, I want to make sure that this message gets out to you, Janet. The next thing I'd like to talk about is how I got banned from a Sonic roleplay server. As childish as it sounded, yes, I am still very into Sonic the Hedgehog. I roleplayed a lot, and I did so under a character. His name was Nash. Everybody knows who Nash was, and is until this point. However, I messed up. I messed up horribly, and whenever I had just broken up with Janet, I wanted to move on to somebody else. During that time, I basically almost ruined the lives of 2 other people. And it was all my fault. They didn't deserve what was going to happen to them, and it was in no way, shape, or form going to work well for me in the long run. I didn't want it to be over. I just wanted to find peace within myself, but I couldn't. I went after somebody I probably shouldn't have, and regrettably, it hurt. It hurt a lot. It was an awkward relationship for 2 weeks, but this was the person who goes by the name of Xehu now. And Xehu, if you're watching this, I want you to forgive me. I didn't mean to hurt you the way I did, and because I did, I was foolish enough to just make everything bad for you. I was a big fool. I hurt you, I was a creep towards you, nothing I did was worth calling me a friend over. I know we don't talk anymore, but ever since a few days ago, I wasn't feeling well in my right mind. I know you've forgiven me for my past actions, but I cannot forgive myself. Please understand that I make this message because while I am snitching on myself, it's only so everybody knows that I am doing my best to change. I'm going to get the help I need, but I also need to come to terms that I'm never going to be the same person I used to be. I never want to be the same person I used to be. However, this is a sin I will have to carry to my grave, and if it takes me to hell, then so be it. My own lust was my downfall. I've done a lot of things. Cheating, catfishing, emotionally hurting people after almost doing the unthinkable to myself. I shouldn't have done what I did. I should have just turned off my phone that day and disappeared for a good year. Or maybe just 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks. It hurt. I hurt people. It made no sense for me to keep on doing what I did, staying addicted onto the internet, just to get cheap validation. And it wasn't just any kind of validation, it was the validation I needed to just move forward on for myself. I abused that, and I shouldn't have done it. If anything, I ask all of you guys to forgive me. I know this video has gone long enough, but I want to move on to the next topic. It was about how I got banned from the Sonic server. Apart from hurting Xehu's feelings, I went on and I attacked mods. And by attacked, I mean I would constantly hurl insults. I would talk back to them. Anytime they joked around, I would take it seriously and I would insult them to their faces. I wasn't really kept in check that day. I made a very, very bad comment in poor taste that I wanted all the mods to be banned one day. Just because I couldn't become a mod myself. And this is beyond that at this point. I fucked up on that last part where I wanted to become a mod, so it was pretty darn quick that it happened. I was banned. I hated it, and because of that, I started to attack people even more. I got petty. I got aggressive. It felt like it didn't feel good at all. No matter what I did, I was always mad at these people. I would always say whatever the heck it was in my head, and I wouldn't regret anything, a single word I said. It hurt. And end of the day, I wish that I never said anything. I wish I stayed quiet. I wish I minded to myself. Unfortunately, I kept looking for problems, and there I had it. I wound up getting banned. A year later, I get unbanned, and I finally feel free. I feel like everything was cleared up, but unfortunately now, until this point in time, I don't feel at all at ease. I feel like something is just crawling up inside of my chest, just forcing my heart to pump and just spew my guts out all over the floor. It's been affecting me for quite some time. If anybody hears this, I hope they do forgive me. I hope they can listen to this video, and I hope they listen to this message. I'm using this to hopefully come back to it one day and see how far I've grown for myself. I want to thank everybody here who's listening. I want to thank everyone who can listen to this and has watched it all the way. I ask them to please find it in their hearts to give me a second chance. And if not, then consider at least giving me confidence in having to upload this. I messed up horribly back then. I don't want to mess up again, and I don't want to make the same mistakes. I don't want to hurt people. I don't wish to do that anymore. I simply just want to keep the friends I've made along the way, and I want nothing to get in the way of that. I ask everyone to forgive me, and I hope I find it one day. I find one day I find that I can finally forgive myself. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening. Please, please, please listen to this all the way.